and welcome back to another video of Adorabuild. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Ruth and my little dog is called Pucky. Today I actually have a little bit of a different video for you guys, and I will be doing something slightly new. So I really hope that you like it, and if you do enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. So today we will actually be going to a different location and I will be filming somewhere else. And for that, I'm going to actually need someone to help me get there. I have a friend joining me today. Her name is Violet. She's one of my viewers and I'm really happy that she's joining me today. Her mum is a very dear friend of mine and I've known her since high school, and her mum's name is Ruth and so is mine. I'm going to jump on the beautiful Pegasus with Violet and we're all going to travel to the next location. So here we are, me, Pucky, Violet and the beautiful Pegasus. Thank you so much for getting us here, Violet. I really appreciate the lift. So one of the ideas that I actually had in order to display my Lego was to actually use shelves on my existing bookcases. This idea was inspired by JC from Small Brick City. He does some amazing builds in small spaces and was a huge inspiration to me around thinking differently about how I can display my Lego sets. Definitely check out JC from Small Brick City. I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below and also in the ID card above. One of the ideas that I thought would be really cool to do was to work with some of my Elves sets, which are absolutely beautiful. I really love the Elves sets. I think that they're stunning and I adore them. So for these particular videos, I'm going to call them the Elf Shelf series. So looking at how I can make the most of my bookshelf space and create some fantastic displays for my Elves sets. Of course, the toughest decision was then choosing the first elf in order to create a display for. My decision was to actually use the beautiful water elf, Naida. So Naida will actually be having this elf shelf series created around the water element. So the sets that we will be using for this particular build include Naida's Spa Secret, the Epic Adventure Ship, the beautiful Water Dragon Arena, the little Gondola set that also has the Goblin with it, although we won't be using the Goblin in this particular display, and the gorgeous Water Turtle as well. We will also be featuring the Dragon Sanctuary, which I think is an absolutely fantastic set. And the main reason why I thought that the Dragon Sanctuary would fit into this particular display was because of the waterfall that runs down the front of the building. So quite often when I start developing my ideas around my city layout, or in this case the elf shelf, is that I actually place down some layout paper. Now layout paper you can just get from any arts and crafts place. It is fairly thin and cheap. So quite often what I'll do is I'll have the built sets and I'll place them down on the layout paper, work out where I want the design to go. I usually then trace around the sets and then work out what type of a design I want. Particularly with this design, because it's all to do with Naida and she's the water elf, I wanted to make sure that I featured lots of curved rock walls in her display. And again, what I find really useful, particularly when building curved walls, is to actually plan out where they need to go. So then my next step is to place the sets roughly in the layout and then mark out where the base plates will be going. Usually I don't use the official base plates from Lego. They are much more just generic plates that I can get in a range of sizes. And you can see here in the images that I've held those plates together by a random assortment of tiles to make it easy to pull apart and to fix up once the other sets start to go into place and once the build starts to take more form. So now let's take a look at the section that I have got the most complete. So in these images you can see some of the rockwork process. I've used some of the burps, the big ugly rock pieces, to fill out the cliff, and I've also put a number of Duplo bricks in behind in order to support the base of the spa area and to make sure that that sits at the right height. Let's have a look at where this section is up to now. So you can see here that these are some of the elements from the water turtle ambush. So you can see here that that's this section here. I was fortunate enough to be able to create 2 of those. Up here is Naida's spa secret. So again, you can see the full set there. I have just swapped these elements over. So the larger one is on this side and the little bedding area is over here. This build actually isn't completely finished yet. There are a few more things that I need to finish off. I do need to finish off along the front here with some more rock work, and I also want to complete some sloped curve pieces in here as part of the water feature too. I do also plan to create much larger trees, so particularly through here and also coming over this side as well. I'm really looking forward to creating those elf trees with the beautiful purple, lavender and pink leaves. As you can also see here, the crystals that were featured in the water turtle ambush I've also included into the rockwork. One of the ideas that I had about the bedding area was to actually have that almost sat on top of a magical waterfall. So I do still want to create a bit more water splash down in that bottom corner. I'm also looking forward to creating more of these flower pieces, and hopefully I will be able to incorporate them in other parts of this display. Obviously you can still see here that there's a lot more work that needs to be done on the water, and these large tiles are just there temporarily to hold the plates in place. In the next video for this particular elf shelf series, I am planning to tackle the Dragon Sanctuary area, which will actually be the centre of this display. So make sure you keep an eye out for that video in order to see my progress. I hope you've enjoyed my first elf shelf video. I really appreciate you watching. I hope that it's been really useful for you to see some of my planning and design process. It would be really great to hear from you. I'd love to get your thoughts on my elf shelf so far. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and it would be really fantastic if you could subscribe to my channel as well. And I really look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye. Whoosh.